Dileba Dratibi Daniel is my name. People know me for one thing. Everywhere I move, they know me as a mental health man. And indeed, I am one of them. Because I know one thing that is clear is when we talk about mental health, there is a stigma that comes with it. And mental health has a way it clothes us with the garment of shame, with the garment of dejection, despair, and so on. But one thing I want to say is we are where we are today, and we are what we are today because of our mental health. And that's what I want to be talking about. And I'm not talking just from a mere say. One thing I am also proud of is I have struggled with mental health issues. I have a lived experience. So one thing I want to say is you could be struggling, help is available. When we talk about mental health, we are literally talking about the mental well-being of a person who is able to realize their potential, who is able to manage and handle their stresses of life on a daily basis, who is able to make their own decisions, who is able to learn and work well, and who is also able to contribute to the community. That is as a result of mental health. But what is the problem? There are a lot of myths, there are a lot of challenges around mental health. But then when we come to mental illness is a mental health condition that affects our thoughts, affects our mood, and affects our behavior. Now, when we talk about mental health, many times we think about mental illness. Yes? Because I remember it was early this year, I managed to organize a training for religious leaders on mental health. So I wrote them letters, so they came for the training. But one of them put up their hand and said, "Oh, so where are the mad people?" I said, "Who?" He said, "The mad people you have called us to train on." I said, "No. When we are called you to come and understand the mental health training, it is so that you understand and know what we're talking about." But one thing I want to say is every one of us can go through mental illness, but help is available. Every one of us can go through crisis. We go through crisis on a daily basis, right? But the problem is there's a stigma that is with it. There's a lot of fear. And one thing I want to say is every Ugandan is mentally ill. So you are not alone. And if you don't mind, can I use my voice? Because I'm a teacher, so I know how to project my voice. Is it okay? I can move around. Yeah. One thing I want to begin with is all of us, we are working, and sometimes things don't go the way we expect, right? Don't mind if you don't get Lubara well, because I'm going to interpret it again. One thing I want to say is when we look at our work is affected by the state of our mental health. We talked about mental illness as a condition that affects our thoughts, that affects our behavior, and that affects our mood, right? Now, one thing I want also to talk about is I am one man who has also been able to write my stories in various books. This is one of the books, Broke by Choice. I was sharing with my senior and my teacher. I'm proud of him because I am who I am because of him. Maybe he has not even yet known, but I will explain. I've been broke and broken, teaching in 4 schools, for a full month not bathing, but working hard, putting on the nearest clothes available, not minding whether they're clean or not clean. For the 3.5 years, all the salary was taken by the bank. Because, you know, all of us, when we go to the bank to sign for loans, we just say sign here, we don't read what we are signing. But what I didn't realize was I committed myself, and the money that I borrowed, because I invested in a project that was not working, I lost the investment, and my salary was the only source of income. So the 3.5 year salary will come like this, 100% of it was chopped to take off the loan. So I know what it means to be broke and broken. I know what it means to be a man, and you come home without any kavera, and you're a married man, and you have children. I know what it means. So the story is here, and how I managed to live through those seasons without the money, and also lessons I learned along the way, because I realized that in some of the schools I wasn't teaching, I would just occupy. You know, we have this, Mr. Headmaster, we have this fun stuff where this thing of saying, let me go and occupy the class. So you got to occupy the class, but when nothing is going on, you are there so that you occupy the class, no noise, so that the doors does not know that there is somebody missing. They see you around, but nothing is going on. I've been there, you know. I learned my lessons. That explains why many of us, the day the salary lands is the very day you hear stories. People are sick, there is an accident, you can't hold that money because you never worked for it. So I was broken, I learned my lesson. Stories here. I thought I was a very handsome man. I think I am. But after 80 failed relationships, I sobered up. After 80 heartbreaks. These 8 are without those who find me before I proposed, and those who told me they will give me answer till tomorrow, there's no answer. I've been there, so I know. But after 80 heartbreaks, now I'm a married man, very wedded. So you could be here nursing a wound because...
Lisa, there's a special request for the mic.
Okay. Thank you. So, you could be here and you're struggling just because of one heartbreak. You even now failing to go to class. I will explain why. Because the man stopped picking your phone calls, you refuse to go to class, and then things begin to go out of hand.
The best reception is this side.
Okay, maybe I can move closer that side. And then, one thing that is very interesting is, one day, I got to know, but it happened that my grandfather had very many wives, so I know the struggles of living in a polygamous background. And when my father decided that he wants to marry only one wife, he was excommunicated because our grandfather had 13 wives. So that is how our clan is raised. And it is from that background that when my father decided that he wanted to only marry one wife, he was rejected, and a curse was pronounced upon him and his entire family. But I'm glad, even when we struggled through the rejection and all that, I was able to come up with this. That even when we go through struggles, you are not wanted in your home. You're not wanted at your place of work. You're not wanted in your marriage. You're not wanted in your relationship. Still help is available. But one thing that needs to come out is find out why the rejection. Maybe you could have contributed. So here there are causes that there are things you can cause yourself, and then there are things that you don't have any clue about, but still it happens. Anyone is here? How to thrive amidst mental health challenges, because all of us, like I said, we are mentally ill. Only that we don't understand it. But I want to just help us to understand that help is available. That's number one. Help is available, and we can always get help. I want to throw a few questions to see if you relate. Maybe that one can give us a better picture. I want to ask these few questions, don't answer it, but just feel it within yourself. As of now, do you have issues with your appetite? Do you have appetite for food? Or you have lost it? Are you gaining weight or you're losing weight? Don't answer that one. Number two, do you struggle to sleep even when you are tired but you can't sleep? You wake up in the middle of the night and you lie awake for hours actually watching the clock, but sleep doesn't come. And then because sleep doesn't come, we force it to come by taking something. That's why some of us will say, if I don't take this bottle, I won't sleep. Or if I don't take this and that, I don't sleep. Could that be you? Anger. Do you have unexplained anger? You feel angry, you're just angry, and even you don't understand why you're angry, but anger is just there. Something small irritates you. Do you know when you're angry, even your own chicken run away from you? Go and try this. Try this. Chicken will run away from you when this local chicken. I'm not talking about broilers. This local chicken. When you're angry, even your own chicken run away from you. But when you're peaceful, that's when you see chicken running towards you because they're peaceful. They know. That's why here our local women will be abusing even the legs of the chicken when the target is somebody else. But when the target is fatigue, you get tired, you feel you're tired, but you don't understand why people when you've not worked so hard. You feel helpless and hopeless. Are you in a place where you have lost interest in your daily activities, including sex? Somebody shouted hallelujah. Because we are married, most of us here are married, I know. Are you in a place where you feel you want to be alone? You isolate yourself, you try to avoid the people, you avoid your friends, you even avoid your colleague teachers, you avoid activity that could bring you together. And even I'm very convinced some people are not here in this party today. Why? They have avoided it. Why do we avoid it? Because we feel that we are not good enough to go to be among other people, so we want to be alone in our rooms, staying alone. Could you be the place where you've reached a place where you are reckless? You've decided to become reckless in everything you do? For instance, reckless with the taking drugs, reckless with the big bottle, dangerous sport. Mr. Headmaster, there could even be some staff who are serious gamblers on their phones, sports betting. Could also be like me, the former me struggling with the bathing. You are here and you are struggling to go to the bathroom. That's why many of our women go to the market called Ojipako, they don't wash the legs. Do you have unexplained aches? Your body is aching, you go to the hospital, they test, they say you are fine. There's no malaria, there's no typhoid, but your body is aching. Sadly, a month for us Lubarans here, we say that is Lubarati. Elders have spoken badly. Maybe it is the elders, but it is actually something that is actually eating you up. There are times you have your own meeting with yourself. You have your own board meeting by yourself. You ask your question, you give the answer. You laugh alone, you talk alone, you have your own meeting. There are times you hear voices that others don't hear. You see things others don't see. There are times when even right now you have become suicidal because you see others, you look at yourself and say, I'm not good enough. Why am I even still existing? Why am I still suffering? And all that. And all of this is coming as a result of mental health crisis. Where is the problem? As long as life is still on the left. Can you see my picture? As long as life is treating you on the left. This is a crisis moment. And where is that crisis coming from? This crisis is coming because of worry. We are worried about everything that we want to worry about. Even right now we are here, but others are worrying about what is not there at home. Today is the 25th of November. Many of us are worried about Christmas. We are here, we are worried about next year. We are here, we are worried about the children, we are worried about the spouse. We are worried about everything that we want to worry about. And at the end of the day, what happens? We begin to sink into depression. We begin to sink into mental health conditions. Some of us, even now, there could be people who are here who say they have moody swings. There are times when you are happy, there are times when you are sad. That mood swing in simple English is a mood swing, but in the mental health space, you are struggling with a bipolar condition. It is a mental health condition, yes, bipolar. Many of us are struggling because even sometime right now, many of us are here, but we are not here. Physically, we are here, but we don't hear anything. Do you know when you are worried, you can look, but you don't see? Somebody calls you, but you can't hear. Until they come and they tap on you, that's when you wake up. But you have been present. All these things are happening, and because of this, even our performance in a class is affected. Our performance at home is affected. And this is where stress levels are very high. And where, because of stress, Mr. Headmaster, most of your stressed teachers are not only battling mental health problems alone, they're also battling other health complications. Because it begins from the mind, then it affects the whole body. That's why it paralyzes even the central government. That's why most men here could even be struggling with erectile dysfunction. Yes, I know what I'm talking about because I know what stress can do. Stress has killed so many. Stress. And this is stress. There are only two pieces of stress whenever I teach it, stress management. I don't tell you to go and dance because after dancing you are going back to meet this is stress. Because stress is only at home and at the same time at the place of work. But the biggest one is at home. And the one at your home is seated in your bedroom. Your spouse is your greatest source of stress. Because they don't do what you expect, they do the opposite. So, you know. And then because of that thing there, because there is no way, I know, things can happen. Even at school when they are paying you very well, as long as the bedroom is very hot, even performance will not be well at home, sorry, at classwork. But one thing I want to say is I'm glad that our performance as Arua Public SS is growing every other year. Can we clap ourselves? When students perform, we say the students were clever. When students don't perform, we blame the teachers. Have you seen that kind of stuff? When students perform very well, that class, that is said, those guys were good. We forgot it was the teachers who made them good. What happens when now stress and mental illness has taken over? What happens? What is the effect? Effect number one, it promotes domestic violence. That's why many of us staff here, even it is only you who understand what is at home. Domestic violence is on the rise even among staff. Why? Mental health challenges. It is a crisis. Domestic violence, I don't look only at the physical abuse, but I look at the verbal assault. It is the verbal assault that makes you more wounded. That's why sometimes you come to class, you come to the staff room, you just collapse on your desk. Why? You are remembering the words, not the beating. You are remembering the words, the hurtful words that have been spoken. So this affects your work, it affects everything around you. Number two, it promotes separation and divorce. I don't know the statistics of our staff, but it appears there are those who have decided to be single. There are those who could be still staying in the same house, but they don't understand what is going on. Separation and divorce is high. Why? Because of the crisis around mental health problems. That's why they'll say it is a irreconcilable difference. No way! Everything can be reconciled. But the problem is, we need help. Self-esteem is low. Even some staff here right now, you are struggling with self-esteem issues. That's why if someone just says, please can you come and do this for us now? Say, no, not today, I'm not prepared. Why are you saying that yet you are always prepared teacher? Reason, you feel others are better than you. That's why you believe others are better than you. It becomes very difficult for you to express your needs. You only now focus on your weaknesses. You have a negative outlook on your life. You even now fear saying no. You struggle with the confidence. And a lot is happening. Why? That's why among the Lubara we say, I don't know where I am. But you actually know where you are. But the point here is you've lost yourself and you've lost your identity. Another point is it kills your vision. Every one of us, we have vision for our lives, right? But if I can ask right now, how far with your vision, even it might make you to sink into depression. Because where you wanted to be is not where you are. Why? Your dreams have been shattered, your vision has been killed. That's why in my book here, I am proud and glad for my teachers. One of them is here. He believed in me. That's why I said he didn't know what he did. But let me explain. For many years, over 30 years, I was living other people's lives and dreams for my life. Because we were living according to what people expect of me. So I was not living myself. I was living according to the dreams of other people. So what happened? I remember 2003 and 2004 when I was still in A-level in Marteses. He was my English teacher. And I loved the debate, but I was a worst stammerer. I don't know if he still remembers. But people will laugh at me and stuff, but I really had the passion for debate. By the way, we won 2 of those championships, beating Pokea Seminary. Coming deep from Maracha to beat Pokea here at Arua Public actually. I was among the debaters. But what was the point? I was looking at my problems, I was looking at my struggles, and at some point, even when it came to the finals, the last preparations, I remember, some people were coming to him and said, why can't we remove this man? Let's remove him off. Because he's stammering too much. And for me, whenever I will be much stressed, I will stammer the more. I was going through a crisis that nobody actually understood. But he still believed in me and said, no, Dileba must be there. Dileba is the last speaker. He was always the last speaker. And by the way, I always took the most time. Because I was good in debate, though a stammerer. So I will take more time than the main speakers. Yet I was always a floor speaker. But you can imagine there are things that you had in life, the passions you had, many of them have died. Why? Because you believed a lie. Which has come because of the way you are thinking now about yourself, the mood you are in, the class you are in, the challenges that you find yourself in is making you to be in a place where you don't even believe in yourself. Right now, I want to ask the teachers of our public, do you believe in yourself? I want to ask the staff, whether teaching or non-teaching, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you're doing? It creates anger and bitterness. Right now, many of us look hungry. Many of you look angry and bitter. It also creates jealousy. Jealousy is the last class you attend before you become a full-time witch. You can't be jealous of the headmaster and you wish him well. You can't be jealous of me and you wish me well. You know, God has blessed us differently. Even right now, I know this might even now spark another debate, but please bear with me. There are teachers who come to Arua Public, they park. You know parking, eh? There are those who come, who park motorcycle. There are those who park the bicycle. There are those who park the car. And there are those who walk. And sometimes, when you look at those who park, maybe even they look younger than you, and you have taught for many years. When you see these other ones, you begin to wonder, God, why? Please, may God deliver us. Poor health. If I can just scan through here, many of us are struggling with ulcers. Many of us are struggling with unexplained aches, as I was saying. Your body is aching you, your body is paining. You go to the hospital, they say there's no sickness. But it's only you who understands. It promotes suicide and murder. I remember the senior, what is the title? I'm forgetting the title. The senior education officer, Mr. Mbere, one time called me and said, Leba, where are you? We lost one of our teachers to suicide in Arua district. I think we know the story, not of Arua Public, but at least we hear that story. Many teachers are committing suicide. Why? Because it is a mental health problem. We need help. All of us, we need help. Where is the problem? The problem is the stigma. We think that, how do I go? If I go, what will happen? Stigma is killing many of us silently. That's why I have put something here I want to read. My story, maybe, let me allow my teacher to read for me, because when I read, somebody will say he's reading his own thing. Please, sir, read for me this. Here.
My story has not been any different. It is sad that you can't discuss your pains at your place of work, with your friends, and at church. When your personal prayer item with regard to depression that has resulted into hypersexuality, suicidal ideas, and the depression becomes gossip news. Where should one turn to? It is really sad that one cannot even open up about their HIV status to a church member, workmate, or family members for fear of victimization.
Go on.
Many relationships and marriages are in the intensive care unit because some people choose to suffer in silence as they have been conditioned to by the norms of society. The consequences of stigma can be serious and devastating. With stigma comes a lack of understanding from others, which can be invalidating and painful. But stigma also carries more serious consequences, including fueling fear, anger, and intolerance directed at other people.
You're not sure whether it is dead or it is still alive. You're not sure what is going on. But anyway, each one for himself, God for us all, is our motto that we normally use. But what am I saying today? Please, help is available. Break the silence. You could be here and you need help. Speak up, you need help. Help is always available, you will always get help. I was helped. I'm here today. Yes? So help is available, that's what I want to say. Help is available. You could have struggled, you could be still struggling, and you're wondering why am I still struggling? But I want to say help is available. What do we do then? Number one, please. One thing that I noticed even as we are coming in, people have sat on different desks, even before the MC asking them to sit. But you can see from my notice, there are those who believe that other table might be fit for others, the other one is fit for us. You get what I'm saying? But one thing that can help us to cultivate a good mental health as a staff is to work together as a family. Problem is, family has changed to become something else. That's why only you understand what is in your own family. We are breaking to go home for holidays, but some of us are not going to our families. Why? Issues are there. But this should actually be now our family that can give us the support that we need. That is why among that staff here, when you are broke, you can go to your colleague teacher and say, please, can you support me? Can you talk to me? Can you help me with the ABCD? Don't die in silence. You know, the best thing with this thing of mental health is women are better. Why? They talk the issues even when they don't know each other. As long as they're on the road going to the market, they will talk. As long as they have found themselves in the saloon, they will talk. But the problem for us men is we are told to be like a man, be a man. Enjoy the life of, enjoy the pain as a man, don't talk like women. And this thing has caused a lot of deaths of men. That's why most suicide cases are among the men, not even women. And these men are also now leaving young children, young families, bringing more damage. Please seek for help, talk. Therapy is there, treatment is there, seek for help. Help is available. You know. You could be here and you are battling something in your mind and then you keep it to yourself, it will weigh you down. But when you share it, it is half solved. But also what I want to say, please, when someone has shared their problem with you, keep it to yourself. Don't publicize it. Because like I said, you're not alone, I'm not alone, all of us. I want to show you something here. Even Jesus suffered mental illness. Somebody, one time I said this, they said you are a blasphemer. Then I refer the man to the book of Isaiah to see the prophecy about the man Jesus, who he will be. But the point here is, even in the Bible, women suffered mental illness, but the women who are told in the Bible to have suffered mental illness are only 3. So far, the ones I've found. But I'm still doing more research. Only 3 women. But there are more men. Kings suffered it. King David, King Saul, Solomon, all those kings suffered it. You know, why King Solomon married 1,000 women is because he had become extra hypersexual. And you could be here and you are struggling with it. That's why you want it for breakfast, lunch, and supper. You need help. You could be here and you're hypersexual, both men and women. Or you could be here and the appetite has tried long ago. You don't eat it like a long time ago in Bethlehem. That's why if you can just do a research here, mostly women who are here can even testify when they last thought about it. Long time ago. But the thing is, help is available. Seek out for help. Yesterday, I was talking to the staff of Centenary Bank Koboko branch. Early morning, I had a 1-hour talk with them on mental health. And I was reminding them that even there were those who needed to be on medication, but I told them I will not recommend, though I love it, to do that way. Why? Because the medication only now comes when you are at the extreme. Please don't allow yourself to go to the extreme. Because when you don't seek for help early, you want to be put when you are at the extreme end, then you must be put on medication. And this medication paralyzes you even the more. That's why many people don't want to take these medications, even those who are on medication. Why? When you take the medications on mental illness, it makes you drowsy, it makes you sleep, because ideally your mind is forced to sleep. If you are struggling with depression, for example, you are given antidepressants that can boost your mood, but still the impact of it is a lot. It makes you drowsy, it makes you weak, others put on weight, others lose weight, but the whole point is it makes you unproductive. So I was saying, and as much as medication is a very good component of it, but it only comes when it is at the severe stage. But what can help better is psychotherapy. With psychotherapy, you're able to deal with these real issues. You're able to deal with what has caused this condition, what has caused my issue. You're able to address these issues. You're able to change your mind. The therapist helps you to deal with that. Yeah? That's why, you see, some of us teachers who could even testify, oh, we have neighbors or friends we know who maybe have become alcoholics or addicts. They're taken to the rehab center, they're given medications, they recover a bit. When they come back to the community, they go worse than the way they came. You know why? They were not, the issue of why they behave that way has never been dealt with. And that issue is only dealt with through psychotherapy. With psychotherapy, you're able to deal with your thoughts, you're able to deal with your emotions, you're able to deal with the unresolved pains in your heart, what you have been battling with. Even right now, some of it is only you who knows how you sleep. You know, many cry. I'm one of them. Though we come to smile here, but you know what you left at home. But help is available. Speak it up. Get a counselor. Talk to a counselor. Get a therapist. Get a psychologist. Talk to them. Don't die like a sheep. You know, I love children because this issue of mental health, when I talk to people, I tell, please let's open and be like children. Why? No mother, no father wants to see their children cry. True or false? When a child is crying, they will begin to look for what is the cause, what is happening. Where can we find help? But we don't cry for help. That's why we are dying in silence. Marriages are collapsing in silence. Things are falling apart in silence. Even your own productivity is dying in silence. That's why some of us will look back, we've taught for over 20 years, but maybe you have nothing even to show for all the years you have worked for, apart from becoming a deadly drinking officer out of frustration. Please, help is available. Help is available. I want to say again, you know, one day, I think we can relate with these things because we're at Arua Public and we're in the heart of the city. And we see these things. We see this, I think we can relate. I was talking to some staff, I was like, imagine a teacher is addicted to smoking. He can't do without smoking. And the only place he can now go to smoke from in the school is the toilet. So he has to go to the toilet to smoke. He comes back with the two types of smell. The smell of the toilet, at the same time the smoke. Now coming back to class, how will you command respect from the learners? It becomes very hard. But help is available, friends. Help is available. Help is available. You could be here, even right now, you even wonder how you're going to finish this year. Many of our plans for this year have never come to pass. I want to read something that I shared on Tuesday as I end. because Ariga SS needs me at 4 today. Please, you will bear with me, but I'm coming back to Arua. There's something that I shared yesterday, on Wednesday, which I want to share with us today. I want to read it. This is what I said. This one is a busy one as we end the year. Work-related distress, disorders, and depression is on the rise among professionals, including us teachers who are here today. Many staff are silently battling work-related fatigue. Indeed, we are tired. We look tired even. DJ, to please today help us with some danceable music so that we can shake off some of the fatigue. Anxiety, addictions, depression, because many have been wounded and have not been able to seek for help, and also many have not been able to realize their targets and realize their dreams of the year 2023. So because of that, we are worried. A lot has happened this year. Many staff have been through various crisis moments in their finances. You only know how much you have right now in your bank account, or how much debts you have. And it appears even some of our staff here don't have their ATM with them. It is with the money lenders. But you're not alone. I've been there myself. With our family, we have issues, career, relationship, marriage, among others. Many staff have lost their dear ones. We've lost our investments. We've lost property. And many others have encountered health challenges. And what has this done? Even the resilience to push is failing. That's why we are getting to a place of saying, can I still make it? Do I still matter? Please, you still matter. The fact that God has brought you this far cannot bring you to this far to abandon you. The thing is, from this retreat, even as we leave this place, we can still bounce back big. Yes, you can. You can still make it. You could be here and you're worried about what is going to happen. Please don't be worried. Worry is a fuel that mental illness just uses to amplify its work. That's why when you're worried, this worry will begin to drive you crazy. You begin to do things that you don't even expect. But at the end of the day, things will fall apart. Please, help is available. Improve yourself with the self-help books. Books are available, read them. Improve yourself. One thing that I did when I was going through my crisis or financial crisis, 3.5 years, and to make matters worse, I was doing investments friends were telling me to do. One friend told me, let's go for farming. I did farming on the phone. I lost all the money. Another friend came to me and said, let's go and rear fish in Kalangala, cage fish farming. I don't even know how much fish eats. I don't even know the details. But because he told me after 6 months you get money. 6 months or maximum 8 months, you get double the money. Through millions of shillings in the Lake Victoria. Up to tomorrow the money is never there. The last time I went there, the cages were even outside, not even in the water. How much money have you lost because friends told you that it works? And then you also went to get your mega salary. Even we even took loans to put in the investment and it has died. And we are dying silently. Please don't die in silence. We are available. We can have one-on-one talks. We can have family sessions. Or better still, maybe effective next year, we can even think of seminars or stuff that we can plan. And we have a bigger time so that we can ask questions. We can be able to share. Otherwise, thank you so much. Can I wrap this now in the local language? Yes. Anda maziba ne Arua public area. Amazidi muki amalia kukiru. Often they are in the different departments. Our family is as they being ara saze alia jo nyoza bivi na dindi. Sande bivi fiba sierra e jo ngono de pika mana asi nyoza fene. Saze dia alia me de me na de ne mi ba se de na me jo mi ru adi ni ya. Mungo la ma front de adi yo sia. My card is here. You know, man, and if you know, a moment is a gata man, the gamma, what is it? I don't know the deal of your Arua. I'm a different door, you a gamba, and I didn't yakako, as I'm different if you're Masia, I'm a little you a gamba, but you can all look at it. Lutronica, but they can't pass it. The thing about Papa Lutroni. Maybe you're the might be can't you think I'm going, yeah, man, they didn't. You don't the loco. Iyo kaminde vi itayo da dule roko imunyo de nzame mi passe de. Iyo mini izazo awade Nigeria It to receive our daddy. But the report doesn't that 30% of Ugandans are mentally ill and over the 30% in the cool amount in the area, based on the report of Madrid, that's how I've been banning Maza, because of any banning Minister of Health, living in money, award doesn't first declare mental health, my yourself. So that's a big report that the king, but you don't have to map Pamphlet area, Bandra Bani, Pimara, the Kibe, Pimandro, Cookie, and Niri Pierre, who pick it out. That's how they came to the 30%. Akaja could pick up Bendy, Calafarato Madia. The Belia, Ba, Warazira, Gupiaziri. Imominia, as on a Firade, or Kukuluna, or Kore, Erihagare, or Kunambe Erisire, Erihanai, or Kunamba Nasire, Erinaume. A Gupimara de Gola, Alore, Musai, Musabadi Azofi, Agbarinere, Eri, Badilani, Pressa Zivuri, Tatinia Bamba, Tati Yokene, Ba Milionica, the area, Iditiarios. Azombo na level itite ako fitinya bamba agbari mungu ngavin dira mungu kini tani le roko midla dia sko midla ako ambamba ako da mental health issue iri elia zimungu achinga gwa chideva tia okojo elia dusimit ka wini dia amanga mebe elia mberongo elia kene ideas itite mungu mali te mungu awini diko te asizo mungu kene idi ngare ko rome sunga ima iruraka irdindo aso fida ere ba mungu ni bana bana Yeremia olo yo bar mungu ni te yo bar ni olo kaka ni maria ba dia geres ilanga Yeremia ka lidi medo vasa roda ninga aso fida ngo no ya minga nela Yona ni vile atiba mungu ni prophet Jonah atiba mungu azofi atiba mungu ndi madia to say ajase aja tiba ni school me last days ga mi fungori orokore aja ne datasi agu pita chasigo chasu yobu vila fa woro dadin atere mo kunyo vine chikadi itri mungu rai dadi ta school me oro divini ni madia azofi vine datasi Towi Daudi Opi Saulo Madit namba Jesus Yesu vile David azodo di irimasinyo ijecha dine wari mwima agipina levo kini kirikiri izima tu mungu fo ina mana sara se ozodi ududia ozoni me di yerle angwambi na mane uda stevineche bado troli madibadi moduko kini kirikiri izima tu mungu fo yo deza ibo fo izima tu mungu fo ba se ke mungu iza imidi de yonde de boba sedine iyonde da ma worobo iyombe ma tibi worobo yo mieduleko so ma de yamavu ijode kamenda bini alo mi ma aduleko don't be alone asko ika adulesi mi di bale yondo onji nji de kiti bale gai iri mi su imbata ba mo kerefu ba de filsi akabiri mi yodo ki adi ala kata de mi ba haya ya kata de mi yere mi ne ba to onji fe na ijami nze mi tisiri le madri kilili asko sanza madri kina kada de ma adu di mangwara ko moro di ba nyeko de yo iyo ma de woro ididata ya le tangi asizu aro mi aro sura aro chi mi bazi ba o mi ka ipirati aro chi aro sura aro maura ba feura nase alore eri ma ruani ba rofe ifini aguma o mi ka di bebo ijo antono de sitrebo be na rofe azo ere ma taiposi ere mo mi da iri jizo gogo iri da ma vutia da ma esela zere bo nve psychotherapy ifini me jo nze ba sebe ejo mi si nyopere mi ofu ba sene e ka jo lero ofu bo mi di wo singo na ta vini e ka jo lero debo mi vini feel better tedene na mungu ziza as kun ba de woro we are made of three things: the body, the soul, and the spirit. And that's how we treat mental illness, because it comes from all various angles. So awa fe bidangre sawa tatela ala ne inya ma sawa meza iko inya ndane ido de fi lolebo abiro de bi chabo askuna bi kabila chibo evento mento ile si tigara ma vendo yega ina wa fa madia.
Can we give a better hand clap? Sorry, may sit here briefly. Thank you. Basi yo pretty party muda la be ye so ni munyanya dala duleko. Amoso rudini werate. Azidi afa badani na kudere ne. Ani ba yo kinori nte onti fiale nyani. Agu le ko vunflo ko le chi nya za ne kongoni. Iyo ye pada sa guda bera ai piriado ni. Askuni pada ma sala chika ko ma okuli sala su sere yera. Di ma vuli sta there. Basi sta zi chair. How do we handle? What is exactly going on? What are we supposed to do? Yes.
Allo causes ala de domine causes o meni izazore ala dora. Chedine. O meni izare alore aka aro banta leba mayiko di mari ayo. Alore bangini marungi pi iwa pie aka fa lede ayubo amanga fa ndondo di ne ama vininga iyo afa ndondo di re basi fu dia biblia che biblia lo kwati che English che mi langa mani English che da lo kwati che basi che bamba che awali mi langa mani badi meringa amatinga afa bani riudu ko bani rira amaziki ngangware amani ani Proverbs 23:29. Et yo vele même et yo limite de quoi? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a passé de là?
Bas kali tunaora mjodini.
Adi ian.
Adi na uuni ya. Adi na upu sandi beni ya. Adi na upu awata beni ya. Adi na agata beni ya. Adi na upu ebi be rua. Eyoko koroni ya. Adi ma mile e karoni ya.
Ajo mai ko ba imudule.
Bas kali na yiba o api ewa mvuri asawa ezudi ba mupi patie fisu o sazaro ndapi di
Imudule.
baskana nalo milu patie fisu ko dere karo erni feria redia ma ale okazo ima urasi erni siria yere va
Imudule.
baskana niri tevutinia eriba ga orilendo eriba ga oriokulule
Imudule.
baskana niri mimile ninga afo sutaru di indre
Mediri de.
miesi ninga yo ambosi baskana nisu adani mingo wekele ba lapi va mirima aliarele kani ekele ba lapi pati zoro ma sierle
Yongoni.
minga yo te suni marua ko
Awada.
so mara te mai tumuni azoniko
Imudule is the guy starts addicted ngachi. Imugada is not ne.
asbe baskana tuida
Starts addicted. Look at the acid they hit me, you will say, but I am not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? That muso, that Martin can water muso, hang over. If it are for lady are you, I'm a man the body of lady kin there, I'm a little young kiri. Ituri simadi azina marata mbale fos legal fusu mbale nyama marungira mbale jiyo azekini ile mukambala ile mwima lori te legal fusu amanda zo bar ni ingazo marata muzo tauni Arua das legal to ise de sa kuri dare nzoni market ile bali muyo imukambala imma lori te imasende That they living in an unreal world, psychosis, schizophrenia, etc. As when we have any other material feel, I think it's a kind of feel, you can tell Arua public for it. Mimi feel me can allow tell of an allow. You're the Yanabasi, you're eerie. You are only finishing by jelly, you're banning me gasosary. Rejection. Basically, me gas, ku iyo na nsumiasia, miasi ni su, miomi ni souvenir. Azone mbomi tiane. Namba na environment, angumina azure. Angumina azure kadonji, angumina azure kade hot environment. Even amani to radede, I kapi nza matale su. Nza matale ura ndo si kapi sura. The minutes already ade. Misu yo learning, I kapi ni zobo, irecha mi be yo. That's why we have post-traumatic stress disorder. Trauma meaning it be, for example, our female staff, maybe some of you could have even been raped when you are still 15, even below. Traumatic stress happened to you, abuse of all kinds, and you held to this trauma, you held to this painful experience. Even right now, when you remember it, it can trigger mental breakdown. It also leads to suicide. We want to have a rehab center in Arua. Arro afetine mbata afetine yote nite cholera de imbasu vuti akira. So I have that experience. Number 2, me too, I was helped. So nobody else will be able to be left just because I'm after kusilese but even it dile onziro amaleka aso firma dabo or na firma dabo amare adira kirikiri baler ba matiko. Zitazane.
Perhaps the last one, because our time is almost up.
Okay, our force Arua, Robe Manuai, ma council Yanti, ma badani, Tony Council Bularuni. Amani, Mura councillors in Malia, a Messubi, a good Messelia Gupibe, but the other Tony Yatiolo, a good PG de Yorare, Kine, Aria Yafanyo Niro, even a Lo Niro. Kaditsa ini laria jualnya, dina udukoi, kane jualan ring griji seled asal, amani kan sambil roa di jualan jadi jibeni, ni masa kau jualan singon.
Ife awale, ajo stress ko fuchi, bambo ni yui chichi bambo ingadiku. Stress ko fuchi bambo ingadiku. Ata witi bata tetevile ditinga ko. Ikatapia ni zikaria. Mimi bali susu sa ni mali ata. Yesu yetenda jasne. Yesu kinendra. Orendi le terra bote romo koyo. Midisu ya wadi ti dale lo de tenga ba mesuba wadai ejo asale ni stress repetitive stress alachi ejo aziri irimekata tipa mfenichi hata mimi na nisufa wada kupia wadi ada madi sazi ada ika de ora kapi angiri nyomia ba meni nyafe wa metal tele ye changa mi ifinga twale ko medeka ke yipi woro yini adar ku luda mi la ndi suka kiera nzone mesuka testimony rere ba mereka pas majonga meni do pas majonga haleluya midisu askuli ikata mi bere ambamba mitenge ba eche figa twale ko mitenge eche di mi lu collapse yitenge mi dia wa de pie woro lo para yo ngone kini info ya andengwa ye stress iri ina mansa vula si tetere tapa ma mfetinga staff di yivle spouse pie midi su stress ansi ma presence imba pindi ta kuelebo imba pinga diduku madame letinga imba pisi ma ba za ngwazia angala da ta pasio ejo de ba ndin ngiri ngiri ti ko vinindi te ma dia ejo le kalme beti mi su sawa mi mu ama blokse anya fi ava wa dachi mi to ma namba duindi mi si me gba yo de ma sa ma de style andra Nicodemu ni muzi so fursi tedine ameto ne yede akwa ma de yo le de ala ma de ma namba fesi to ko de risu kali aro kali toyi kalir ni aro. Mon vitika to ko zira su kalir aro kalir to kalir ni aro. My number is 774-805028. You can give me a call or you can even WhatsApp it. We can be able to catch up. Many of my stories are here. That's why I'm not ashamed to share this experience, because I struggled with it. Even one time my wife asked, don't you think there is a witchcraft that is happening to you? Yet it was a stress, 3.5 years, no salary. The bank is taking everything. You are the man, you come home, your wife is the one cooking, buying the food, paying the rent, and you are the man. Physically you are there, but inside you're not there. But help is available. Anyway, our family.
Let's give a better hand clap, please. Oh, Mr. Head Teacher, may you live forever. These are rare opportunities, and yet touching real issues. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that we're going to handle within a short time. We're left to the 1.5 presenters. Somebody is asking me, can a human being be half? So